next we got Jake Roberts. Kind of already touched on him. So we'll move on now. Hercules, the other half of the Power and Glory. Do you want to guess how long Hercules stayed in that match? Because the number may surprise you.
Hercules was in there for a good amount of time.
17 minutes.
I couldn't remember exactly, but I know he had a decent run.
More than 17.
I want to say about 22,
17, 23.
You ready for this one? 37 minutes.
Wow.
He was in there for over a half. And Hercules is not known for a guy to do that. Now, I don't know his early stuff, but in WWF, short matches. Yeah.
Never been a longevity
So,
kind of guy.
I was really kind of surprised when I saw that he was in there for 37, 36. So, there you go.
Wow.
But then again, Hercules is one of those guys that can work with anybody.
Yeah.
So, some of those guys you'll have seen, they were in there for a good amount of time.
And it's cool we get a high five between him and Paul Roma, which the commentator's like, what? There's no friends in the Rumble.
No
and I'm just
friends.
like, oh, come on. At least.
Hey, anybody else can team up to double team, but the actual tag team that does it, that's blasphemous.
We don't do that,
We see it later on in Demolition, but the first time it's these guys, and like Piper's just like has a heart attack, like,
and
I don't buy this for a minute.
Right. And yeah, which goes back to, we mentioned Demolition, there was one Rumble before where they were 1 and 2.
And they actually went at it.
Oh, right out the gate.
Yeah.
Man,
and I always, as a kid,
Well,
as a
what do you
kid,
guys think? I mean, like,
as a kid, I was like, why would you not just hang out and just be like,
just hang out. And
I feel like if that would have been modern, if it would have been Hall and Nash, they would have definitely just hung out and be like, we're going to throw these motherfuckers out one at a time.
And then they
so
would
what happens when it's the end of the
Yeah.
match?
I'm not wrong, as the crowd, they'd be kind of, at the end, then you have to decide, do you fight it out? Do you just let one guy win, split the purse?
No, Hogan
because I'm going back.
I was like, Hogan would definitely get rid of that.
I'm going back to, anybody play a Rumble on, like, the PlayStation?
Oh, yeah. I played with you.
and we say, hey, bud, we got this. We come in 1 and 2.
Yep. And we do though. We
dominate the whole match.
And then at the end, which usually
one of those like, all right, buddy.
It's usually though, it's never like that. It's usually whenever you or I'm throwing a guy out, then the other guy's ready to pounce and it's game. Like that's fair. So
it's not fair, but it is.
It is. As long as that guys get out, then you have free reign, and it sucks because I'm usually the guy. Cause usually you're the guy kind of like, go ahead and take that last guy. I'm like, okay, I got it. Wear myself out. Oh shit, really?
Boom.
But no, I feel like that.
He's won like the last 10. But
I have to be really blackout drunk to do it though. Anyways, but that year with Demolition, it was funny though because even if they would have waited, it was Andre the Giant that was 3, so it was like they weren't going to go far anyways.
No.
But so anyways, next is Tio Santana, another guy who went 20 minutes plus in this one.
Yep.
Good performance as well. He always was pretty good. But here we're going to the reason why we're here at number 12.
Who was it? I don't remember.
The Undertaker making his Royal Rumble debut. Eliminates 3 guys.
Is this a show about the Undertaker?
I'd be surprised.
God,
but no, he makes 3 eliminations here. Takes out Hart. Takes a tornado. And I'm like, Bushwhacker. Yeah, dumps all 3 of those dudes out. Takes Hart out first, and I love that because. Joey, I like to take a trip to kayfabe land every now and then. You just gotta bear with me. So I'm gonna go kayfabe land for a second.
He'll go with you.
You go with me? Get in the car. Let's do this.
You got AC?
So, absolutely. Because kayfabe land's so warm and fuzzy. You gotta keep yourself cool. Anyways, when I was a kid, I always thought this was just revenge because, technically, Hart was kind of the guy in the ring when Undertaker was eliminated Survivor Series. So there it was.
Right.
It's in his mind. He's like, my one loss right now. My only pay-per-view appearance, and I got a Mark and Yell column, and fucking Hart is the one that did it. So when he's back there, and it's like, okay, you're up, Taker. He's just like, you, and he walks right up to him, around the neck, over, and dumps him. And I'm like, it's all good.
It was a pretty lackluster.
After Hart literally gives it his all, he was in some pretty precarious positions as well, and Taker just comes in like, nope, that's over. You're done. You're out of there.
Quick dump.
Yeah.
I get it, but it was still like, wow.
Of course, we're going to get to them individually, but we'll go ahead and get to Taker's elimination. Road Warriors, which, once again, I'm thinking, fuck, he didn't get his revenge from the Wrestle War Chicago Street Fight, but they do finally get him out. But I think this was overall a strong showing for Taker. A lot of awesome glory shots of just him choking fuckers out, and they just get right on his face, and it's just like, fucking awesome.
Eye rolls, everything.
Oh, dude, yes.
Good.
So he literally, yes. This would be the final pay-per-view with Brother Love in his corner.
Yep,
absolutely.
And next month we'll go to Kayfabe Lane. I'll tell you what really happened. Don't give me that bullshit about Bruce Pritchard had a good. No, fuck that. I'll tell you guys both what happened. We'll find out next week. Okay. So, anyways.
Stop.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Next change, pal.
Next participant.
Next participant.
3, 2, 1.
Jimmy Snuka.
The mass skyscraper.
Oh,
shit.
There's the reference. We got the reference in. We've referenced the mass skyscraper every episode so far, and we got to keep it going. So,
I don't even remember his real name.
Oh, don't worry about it. Mike Enos is
Joey
Bo. Was he Bo or Blake Beverly? Do you remember?
Mike. Blake.
Blake. So, anyways,
Bo I think was
Wayne Bloom.
Right.
So Taker comes in, has a pretty good run. Out next comes Snuka, which
gosh.
We'll get to him later.
You know, we definitely will.
Oh, Snuka. Poor Jimmy.
Here's what I'll say about. I mentioned this last week, and I'll kind of clue you in since we didn't talk to you 2 weeks ago. With Snuka, I didn't realize that he was basically a jobber when it came to pay-per-views. Like when I'm a kid, you're watching Superstars and Wrestling Challenge every week. He's not a jobber then. He's killing motherfuckers.
Right.
You know, all these, well,
basically
not killing.
by then, a jobber
anyway, but anyways,
he was basically a jobber to the stars.
Absolutely.
In 1983, he was killing motherfuckers.
But see, as a kid though, you don't know what these terms are. So as a kid, I just remember always thinking like, Snuka! And then the pay-per-view would roll around, and then he would just get beat every goddamn time. I'm thinking, he's a great wrestler. And dude, he looks, I mean, I don't care what his face looks like. Dude, his body is awesome. Like, this motherfucker.
Jacked.
Oh, he's juiced big time.
Is he also not Romeo or gorgeous or beautiful?
No, it's unfortunate he's not. I would not give him that.
Yeah.
He's Superfly. He don't have to be gorgeous or anything.
Monster hair.
Yeah.
Had kind of a funky stash. Couldn't really see it.
Looked 70 years old.
Wasn't as cool as this stash, but he also had a decent little run in there. I think these were really the one time he got to shine was the Rumbles.
Right.
With the exception of 92.
And
we'll
if
get to
you
that
notice also,
next month.
Snuka's no longer wearing boots, or he's
now
wearing boots.
He's wearing boots here. It was kind of weird. I didn't think about that because he's always barefoot. I was like,
that's good. Yeah, good call.
Well, you know what? Maybe he didn't want to get his foot stomped. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of moving feet out there, so you don't want to get stomped.
You get older, your style slows down a little bit. I'm sure he was wanting to protect himself.
Up next, number 14. Making his return to the company and
haven't
14. I would probably cut this in half. In all honesty, there's no way they're going to sit through an hour. They'll have to go through like 2 parts of it.
We're done with Undertaker.
Exactly. The Taker's over now. Last appearance was like Survivor Series '88. We're talking about the British Bulldog, and this is actually his first appearance as the British Bulldog, not just Davey Boy Smith. He was repackaged as the tag team in one person.
A little background knowledge on that. Actually, around 88, 89, Davey Boy went and trademarked, copyrighted the British Bulldog name. So, smart.
Absolutely smart.
That ended up making it to where...
Vince didn't like that shit.
Vince didn't like it, but at the same time, that way... He only could be the British Bulldog.
Yeah, and in fact, I love that because
Dynamite
sounds better than Davey Boy Smith, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Dynamite Kid at this point actually had to start a new tag team called the British Bruisers with Johnny Smith, who I believe was a cousin of Davey Boy.
How successful was that tag team?
Johnny Smith was a hell of a worker.
I've never heard of the British Bruisers.
No, they was mostly Japan only. That's why you didn't.
There we go.
But they were over there. Both of them were making killer money.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
Yeah.
You know, Johnny Yates did really well for himself over there too. But let's face it, he wasn't Jack over here.
Yeah.
No. British Bulldog, another guy who makes it pretty long. 36 minutes in this one.
Yeah.
Really good showing, and we won't get to his elimination just yet. We're gonna say that for the final 4, but that motherfucker makes it to the final fucking 4.
Wow, spoiler alert.
He does. He's the one who finally gets rid of Rick Martel. Martel, so cocky, final 5, he's like, top ropes in a rumble, and Bulldog's just like, nope, hits the ropes, crotches him, clothesline.
Don't get on the ropes in a rumble.
Out of here. Out of here. Up next, we got Smash Demolition, which I'm a big fan of Demolition. I'm going to tell you right now, hate all you want, motherfucker, I know you will. I prefer the tag team as a kid of Smash and Crush. I just did. When I was a kid, I bought into the hype, I know, of Crush is bigger, he's, more power, and Axe just always looked old to me, And they always put like glitter in their hair. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Right,
Sometimes it just look fucking gray in Axe's hair. So I was always just kind of like, yeah, get rid of him. Unfortunately, Vince didn't. Even though Vince was like hyping up, like, no, Crush is, this new Demolition will be better than the original. He clearly didn't believe in it either. Was just like, no, we're not pushing this. Like this is then. So unfortunately, they never did quite do.
It didn't have quite the same aura as
Axe
and Smash.
And once again, when I got older, I look back and I'm like, no, I was wrong.
Once Vince got a hold of the Road Warriors,
exactly, yeah.
He didn't need Demolition.
Once LOD's in there, it's like, okay, I'm done with you guys. So.
Well, and with Axe having his medical problems, stepping back from the ring, realizing Crush wasn't
fucking skyscraper thing all over again. They just
So these weren't behind the scenes problems.
No, he was actually he had an allergic reaction to shellfish or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I apologize.
That killed him.
Wow.
No shellfish here.
Axe. I'll tell you where you live. You just contact me. We'll fucking give this guy the Demolition Decapitator and put a little bit of respect into it.
Legitimately.
Next, we got Hawk. Comes out there, House of Fire. I love when Hawk is out there because Taker isn't selling for anybody. Neither is Hawk, and Hawk's just like fuck you, and he gets hit. He's like, no, I don't sell, and Taker's like, I ain't selling, and it's the greatest fucking moment.
I don't think they will ever be known for their selling.
No, and he wasn't going to do it for Taker either. So, up next, another pay-per-view, and I should mention this is also the Royal Rumble debut of the Legion of Doom, and another debut was Shane Douglas. Which I kind of forgot he was even in the company at this point.
The franchise?
The franchise. Yes. Well, this was before the franchise, but after the dude. So, it's that weird sweet spot.
Yeah.
Joe, you want to bring it on this?
Well, he also had a sweet mullet.
He did have a sweet fucking mullet.
Everybody did. Shane got brought in and surprised a lot of people. Man, I mean, even that, he was a few years into his career, and even then, he could work. He hung with all the guys, and he had a surprisingly good showing in
26 minutes. And they even bring up on commentary, I thought it was kind of good, where they're just like, you know what, this young kid, this youngster really is, he's hanging with them. Even helped Hogan out a couple times. Hogan's about to get dumped, and he ran in for the save. So, really good look for Shane Douglas. It's unfortunate. Now, what was the real reason he left? Because I've heard a couple things. I heard his father was sick, and he had to leave for that. But then I also just heard that, his attitude kind of got him in trouble, and he just walked out or whatever. So, Joey, I'm coming to you.
A little bit of the attitude.
When you're a dynamic dude, you're gonna have an attitude.
He's just
it's
a skateboarder's like, listen, Vince, I don't know what you do up here up north, but guess what? I'm the dynamic dude, motherfucker. It's like, no, you're Shane Douglas, get your ass in there. So, I mean, a little bit of both, you're guessing then, or
a little bit of both.
Okay.
But man, Monsoon was real high on him.
They really was. In fact, even Piper, who wasn't really known for putting over people a whole lot, because he's usually kind of like, comedic, making fun of them or whatever, but even he was just like, no, I'm really impressed as well.
Yeah,
so
that youngster had it.
It makes you wonder if they were actually kind of hoping to do some things with him, but then once again, just the road went a different way. And
26
fucking minutes, that's pretty goddamn good. Up next, we get the first ever Royal Rumble no-show.
Absolutely.
With the Macho King Randy Savage, which it's funny because I remember when I was watching it when I was a kid, the curtain comes back for a second, you see Animal back there, and I'm like, it's Animal! Wait, why is Animal not coming out? What the fuck? Literally, Animal missed his cue, and they're like, oh, not yet. He's like, oh, shit, sorry. So, Macho Man does not go. I guess we really could have did a little background on the Royal Rumble in general.
So this was a 29-man Rumble?
Pretty much, yeah, it really was, yeah. The first ever. So, leading up to the Royal Rumble, Warrior has already kind of crushed Hogan, took his title, and has had a bit of a lackluster run, but he did have... And I'm sure the house show circuit was pretty, live with it, but a couple of TV shows. I know he had a match at Madison Square Garden with Savage, and he beat him each time. And Savage wants a shot. And at Survivor Series, he came out and was like, I want a shot at the title. I don't care, whatever.
Even had Sherry on her knees in front of Warrior, and he still said no.
I wouldn't have said no. I'm not going to lie. I crushed hard on Sherry when I was a kid.
Like on her knees, like for some fellatio?
Dude, the crowd thinks so, because when she dropped, everybody's like, whoa! But it didn't happen. And Warrior was too stupid to go for it, because I would have been like, pull it out. Go for it. Who cares? Anyways. On Sherry? Oh.
Man.
Look at you. Standard so high. Love her. Anyway, so, so earlier tonight, Slaughter and Warrior have their match, and of course at this point Slaughter's spouting off his anti-American, the Iraq War and everything. And so, anyways,
fucking shit's getting real.
Yeah, shit is getting real, and Warrior destroys him. However,
Beats the fuck out of
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's like, how is this guy even a world title contender? Seriously, but whatever. As a kid, it pissed me off, though. I was like, he sucks and he keeps winning. Anyways, Warrior would chase him out, or chase Sherry out. Sherry comes down to interfere, and the Macho King blindsides him, and dude takes Warrior to task. And of course, the whole time, Slaughter's in the ring, and of course, the referee's trying to count him out, and he's like, no, don't count him out, you know. And of course, Warrior gets taken down, comes back, he eventually doesn't mount a comeback. However, they interfere again.
Yep.
Scepter smashed over his face. Warrior loses his title. Now, I don't know if it's on the network or not because I haven't seen it in a while. I know in the Coliseum home video they had it. I know they usually kind of cut certain interviews out and stuff like that. But was it on the network with? Because I didn't watch the early stuff. Where Macho Man's doing an interview and then there's pounding on the door and Warrior's like, "I'm coming for you," and they run out the back. Or was that cut? Or do you remember?
I can't remember.
Can't remember. So anyways, though, Warrior chases him out, and it was later told on a Wrestling Challenge that, yes, that's why, because you at the end, like, well, why did he miss? We saw him earlier tonight.
Never came back.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Warrior scared him so much, chased him out of the arena.
Yep.
So anyways, back to the Rumble. Animal comes out, we mentioned that. Then we get Crush, who, he goes for 18 minutes, which is, not the 20, but whatever.
Yeah, that's surprising considering he was the shits. I think so.
You're right, but it's like, I think he still had the look and he had presence.
Oh yeah.
And I think honestly that's why he carried him as far as he did. I was a fan. I always like Smash better though.
Oh yeah.
The long hair.
Smash was the one. He was a decent talker.
But for
he could work.
Crush was my number 2. Right. I'm sorry, Axe. I love you. You're awesome too. But, for me, Crush is number 2. Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes out, USA'd out. Gotta admit, probably one of the biggest pops of the night, actually. Oh, yeah. And I always forget, he is super over. He just never wins either. He's one of those guys that never wins because he just gets himself disqualified or counted out. But, came out, huge pop. So.
Fans always loved Hacksaw. He'd go out there, have him chanting USA.
I'm chanting at home. Not even joking.
Kids loved him. Oh, yeah, I loved him.
Huge fan. Earthquake's out next.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember the weeks leading up to this, it seemed like the 3 favorites, kayfabe, the 3 favorites was Hogan, Savage, and Earthquake. And because once again, Earthquake and Hogan was still kind of feuding here, and so it was kind of like, well, he's too big. Last year it took 7 or 8 guys to get him out. What are they going to do this time? So, kind of cool story. I think Earthquake does pretty well in this one as well. I mean, he kind of goes in there, dominates a little bit as well. Throws out some big guys.
Absolutely, one of the best big men ever.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we get Mr. Perfect with the greatest Rumble entrance. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but it's an awesome one. He comes out, and as he's walking, he just throws the towel back. Now, he is not looking. He's over here.
He's not paying attention.
But he quickly, oh shit, and he catches it. Dude, it looks so smooth, like they rehearsed it, but it is just, I'm putting the clip up right now. I hope if I can find the footage. Fuck you, Vince, for hiding that shit. Anyways, if I get the footage, I'll put it up. It is one of the coolest things ever. I can literally watch that footage over and over. Dude, Perfect's so cool and has a swagger. Heenan's so cool, and it's just it worked out perfect. It's just like a little moment trapped in history.
Everybody's gonna be there when you get there. Would they be kind of lucky?
Fucking love it. Up next at 24, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Dude, he goes 21 minutes, which I know it's maybe that's Hogan. Last year, he came in at number 20 whatever, 5 or something like that, 7, I don't know. He was in there late. He didn't go, and half that was dedicated to him and Warrior clotheslining each other, so he was sleeping half the fucking time. So he doesn't work Rumbles. Literally, he comes at the end and cleans up Rumbles for the most part.
Yeah,
but here, he comes in and puts in 27 fucking minutes plus, so I was like, you know what, this is probably, from all the Rumble...
Golf clap? Golf clap.
I've seen Hogan do his performances. This is my number 1 Hogan performance right here because literally he goes in there and he's working. I mean, he really is putting on a show. It's not just a 5-10 minute run. It's literally 20 minutes, and he's getting chopped, he's getting hit. It's fucking brilliant. We'll get to the final 4 in a second, so we'll save that. Haku comes out next to no reaction, and that's such bullshit because I love Haku. even as a kid, when I was a straight up mark and I just good guys only, hate bad guys, I always liked Haku. I don't know what it was about the guy. But yeah, he comes in, doesn't really do dick at all.
Your average standard Rumble performance.
He does not go with the high five with Perfect. He attacks Perfect. And I'm like, holy shit, they're Heenan's guys. And I'm like, they didn't do a close-up with Heenan, but I just imagine he's just like, what are you doing? You know, like freaking out. So
but like Monsoon said, every man.
Oh, no, absolutely. It definitely is.
Haku took it to heart.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely did. Jim Neidhart comes out next. I always was a big Neidhart fan. We've already kind of covered him. Bushwhacker Luke, you want to cover this one?
He whacks his way in and then whacks his way out.
He's in there for a grand total of 4 seconds, and it is fucking awesome.
Doesn't miss a beat on him.
Yeah, and as soon as he hits the ground, he's still going. Always loved that spot right there. I didn't know what spots was when I was a kid, but I knew I loved that moment. Up next, we got Brian Knobs, which once again we mentioned that he was a substitute for Honky Tonk Man last second. Oh God, took me to Nastyville. The pit stop.
Now at this point, I always wonder if him and Hogan were buddies yet, because he was one of them that got to stick around and.
I don't know, but there is a. He's on the Stone Cold podcast, and either they were just becoming friends, or maybe it already was, but they came to him and told him, hey, you're going to be in the final 3, and then he goes to Hogan, and it's like, well, how are we going to do it? And Hogan's like, hey, here's what we're going to do. And so it seems like if they weren't friends, this may have been like kind of the start of like hanging out, broing out together or whatever. So
Hogan's probably one of the few times where Knobs didn't just potato and beat the fuck out of somebody in the ring.
But there's a funny story on the Stone Cold podcast where Knob says that he was so excited and nervous that when he gets in the ring, he potatoes everybody. And he goes, I just hit anything that moved. He goes, but you see them all gang up on him? He goes, they were all giving me my receipts right there. And I'm like, and of course, when I heard that before, and when I watched it this time, I didn't notice it the first time I watched it. I was like, holy shit. And you see it, dude. He gets it. Dude, everybody comes over to give him his lick. I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome right there. Up next, we got the Warlord.
Man, this dude was a walking giant steroid.
Stone Cold Steve Austin on fucking steroids.
Dude, I love the Warlord. Always liked him way more than the Barbarian.
I liked his look. I always loved his look, but God, man, that son of a bitch could barely move.
It's true. And that's the thing. I remember when I was younger, we were doing the Fall Guys I brought up one time, and I was like, I always thought this guy should have had a bigger push. Like, why were you not putting him up against Hogan?
Oh, yeah. That would have been great.
But then I saw the this Tuesday in Texas match with him and a Bulldog.
That's all.
Now, him and Bulldog at WrestleMania 7 was decent-ish. The other match is like, God damn, they let it go like 15 minutes. Why are you doing a Warlord match for
14 minutes too long?
It really is. And he's another guy that literally gets shit on in the Rumbles. 89 comes in, poses, gets in the ring, clotheslined out by Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
He does okay-ish in 90. But, like, literally, Andres comes over and dumps him out unceremoniously. And it's just like, holy shit, like, they weren't even messing around. Like,
that was Andre.
Here, he's only in it for 2 minutes and gets clotheslined out by Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next year will be his final Rumble appearance, and I guess we'll talk about them, I want to bring up now. He's number 30. Now, he's 29 here, but 30. That's the spot. You are training to be, and that you're hoping to get that big number.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in and gets thrown out like another 2 or 3 minutes, and it's like, did Vince not like this guy? And it makes no sense because dude, he's muscle bound. This is to be Vince's boy, and you can't say that bad wrestling was hurting the game because dude, that never stopped any of the other bad wrestlers who were muscle bound. Like he would push them all. So it's like, why is Warlord always getting the shit stick? Did you have any insight on this? Like, have you heard anything? I mean,
he just didn't quite have it. He had that look.
That's what Bruce Prichard said. That's his only thing.
Had the look. He just didn't have it.
Dude, he had the awesome outfit.
And then the bell rang.
Fuck. Anyways, and then number 30 making his debut as well is the Tugboat. Not his pay-per-view, but his Royal Rumble debut. Tugboat. And as a kid, I missed it, I guess. As a kid.
Facebook friends.
Oh, are you really? Oh, Fred, that's awesome.
Yep.
As a kid, I always thought that Tugboat attacked Hogan first, and that's why Hogan dumped him out. No, Tugboat is the victim here. Hogan attacks Tugboat. I'm like, Tugboat's your number one fan, and he's your bud. Like, you guys are bros from SummerSlam.
Right.
What? And as a kid, I thought this was kind of like the inklings of the Tugboat heel turn, even though it didn't happen for a few months. I thought it all kind of like this is like the sign of like, oh shit, he goes evil. No, Hogan fucking heals out on him and attacks. I know, it's for himself.
Hogan's probably pissed off because Tuxter got hurt before SummerSlam.
And couldn't do it.
Had to rely on Big Boss.
Had it been Boss Man in there, he would have let it slide. But and then so Tugboat, in his own right, fights back, dumps Hogan out, but Hogan hangs on, and guess what? Comes back over and just dumps his fat ass to the fucking floor. The Tugger's out. Tug Job's gone.
We're calling him Tug Job.
Well, that's I ripped it off from old school wrestling podcast, but they always call him Tug Job, and I love that. We're going to adopt that Tug Job. So, anyways,
is always a good show.
Oh, they're awesome. So, anyways, so Final Four gets out there. We're down to Bulldog, Hogan, Knobs, and Quake.
Man.
And I'm thinking to myself as a kid, like,
who the fuck's gonna win this?
I mean, as a kid, I was like, as a kid, I had such faith in Hulkamania. Like, not even from a smarky perspective. I just knew he was going to win because it's fucking Hogan. Hogan doesn't lose. And not like in that, well, Hogan ain't going to lose. No, it was like, guys, Hogan, he's going to win this. He's
made it this far. Yeah.
Exactly. He ain't going to lose. But I was heartbroken when Bulldog gets taken out quickly. Like, Final Four doesn't last long. They're even like, well, the Final Four is, and before, as they're saying it, he gets tossed out. And they're like, oh, well, they're mine, Final Three.
The babyface to heel ratio involving Hogan.
Exactly. You gotta, he does hawk up twice. He hawks up first time, and he ends up big booting Knobs, and that's all it takes. The big boot takes Knobs out of the ring.
Launches him.
But he goes for a body slam. Now, as a longtime Hogan fan, you gotta know that the first body slam never takes. He can never body slam someone the first time. It's always like, oh shit, too heavy, and he gets squashed.
He just didn't. He
can't do it.
No.
But on his second hawk up, guess what he does? He body slams a motherfucker.
Oh.
Big boot. I don't know.
Well, now you gotta understand that you have certain. I mean, the fan support comes into play when he's hulking up.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean,
and if there's not enough cheers, he's not gonna have that.
And not just from the crowd, he feels it from us little Hulkamaniacs at home too. Like, I truly believed that as a kid.
That's teeny.
You know, come on, Hogan, and he did. He heard me. He heard me, just me, and he got up and he clotheslines Andre's ass out and wins. First person in the history to win two, not just in a row. It's two in general. And there you go. There's your winner right there, Hulk Hogan. A little bit of fallout that comes from this Royal Rumble. Quite a bit of feuds would carry on from this, but the two that really kind of stand out, obviously, Warrior and Savage, obviously. Warrior would, before he get his rematch, he would actually fight Savage at Madison Square Garden in a steel cage match. And what would happen is during that match, Sherry interferes yet again, and Savage beats him.
Yeah, and that was the big match for them going around the circuit. I remember when they came to Louisville Gardens, I went and they had the steel cage.
Did you see that? Oh, that's fucking awesome. How was it?
Well, as an 8-year-old with underwear-clad Sherry running past me, I loved it.
Absolutely.
It was great.
Oh.
It was a good show. They put on a hell of a match, and Sherry interferes. Of course, Warrior rips her clothes off.
Oh yeah, you got a nice ass cheek shot. You gotta love that.
Loved it.
It was PG.
Oh, it was PG, but guess what?
It was PG, but not.
They put on the edge back then. So
lots of cleavage and butt crack.
So then, as that's happening, then he does go back after Slaughter. However, during the rematch, Sherry again interferes, and then Savage does as well. It's a remake of what we did at Royal Rumble, and Slaughter wins. So Warrior now is fed up. And he's like, you know what? The title don't even mean that much to me right now. No. It's honor. It's principle. I want you, but I don't just want you. I want your career. Mm-hmm. And that leads to the retirement match. And in my opinion, although him and Hogan's really high up there too, probably my favorite Warrior match, him and Savage at WrestleMania 7.
Probably Warrior's best match ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From a wrestling standpoint, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Warrior was probably the type that would have went along with Savage's...
Yeah. Well, Savage was a planner, exactly.
Yeah.
So
he was a planner. He wasn't one that did it on the fly.
And so it leads to one of the greatest matches ever, which would lead into one of the greatest WrestleMania moments ever. Like, I don't care. I have never been a romantic guy, but even I get a little whenever you do the Elizabeth Savage reunion. I don't care what you fuckers say.
It was a big moment.
Don't tear up yet, but you know what? I think the older I get, I probably will. When I'm in my 40s, I'll be like, Slaughter, world champion. Has a good series of matches against Duggan, which oddly enough, because once again Duggan's USA, oddly enough Duggan wins a majority, but they're all like DQ, count out,
right.
and it is just kind of funny. Like Duggan never was like, "Hey Hogan, now that you have the title, you think you can get a shot?" Like I kept beating the champion week in, week out, and never got that. No. Hogan's like, "You're good. You're good where you're at. You stay there." Now the other thing that always kind of irks me about internet smarky fucks was everybody's like, "This is the first time that the winner got a shot at the world title at WrestleMania 7," which technically is true. But that was never the stipulation to begin with.
No, I think Hogan's hatred.
Well, I mean, you just won the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Like, the first time he was already champion when he won back in '90, so it's like, yeah, you don't have to fight anybody. So here it's like, it only makes sense from a kayfabe perspective. So but I do remember that it was the week after Rumble, I think, him and Jack Tunney was talking up on the little backstage they had, a little elevated platform.
Yeah.
And anyways, Jack Tunney said, for winning the Royal Rumble, we're going to give you this, world title match. At the time, though, it was against whoever the champion may be between Duggan and Slaughter, and you knew who it was going to be. But so then the finish, so while Duggan and Slaughter are doing their thing, Hogan actually does a series of stretcher matches with Earthquake, which I have never seen any of those. Have you ever seen any of those?
No. I knew
I'm sure they taped one of them. I mean, they usually did tape their house show shit, just but I've never actually seen a stretcher match between Hogan and Earthquake. But it sounds like a lot of fucking fun. So, so yeah, that is kind of where the Rumble takes away from. So, final thoughts on the actual Rumble. Simon, we'll start with you since you kind of only got a bubble of it. From what you did see, and then from what you hear, what are your thoughts?
Pretty good Rumble.
The Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, Undertaker was only in there for a little while.
I think even with his with his run though, he looked strong there.
Yeah.
I mean,
he didn't sell shit.
No, and then even get eliminated, it was like two guys, and even then it didn't take him off his feet. Like it just knocked on ropey.
They didn't take him off his feet, and I think he even aided in Hawk being eliminated.
Yeah, because at that point, as he's sitting there, Hawk gets jumped by like Perfect and Hercules and someone else. So yeah,
that's the thing. When you see somebody eliminating somebody, you need to run up.
That's your move.
And, yep.
That would be that'd be my whole thing right now. I always figure myself like, what would I be doing kayfabe wise if I was wrestling today? And I excel in battle royals. I think I would, because I'd just be hiding out the whole time. Just as long as I stay away from certain people and try to outrun them, I'll be okay. And then whenever they're in there, I'll just run there and try to pick them up. Problem is they get used to that and they turn around and be like, no, there you go. You ain't going nowhere, fucker. And then I get tossed out.
So pretty good. But, I have that smart marky
you are
part of my brain that you hate. You hate me, don't you?
I do. I fucking hate you. You have no idea.
He hate me.
He hate me.
But
anyway.
it was like Hogan won, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, fair enough. Joey? For you, final thoughts on this match?
I liked it. It was a good Rumble. There wasn't really a whole lot of shit performances. Everybody did good. Overall, I liked it.
All right.
I liked Undertaker's performance. It was good for his debut Rumble.
Yeah, remember this is the Undertaker show. We're here.
For me, I gotta say, yes, this is one of my all-time favorites. To me, this was one of the last Rumbles before it just became these ridiculous. I think 93 or 94, they start cutting it down to like every 90 seconds someone comes in, and then it gets down to every minute. And it's just like, well, who cares? I don't care. Shawn Michaels won from the first position. Guess what? He wasn't in there that long. He was in there for less than a half
till
time.
Next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I'm saying. From like 92 back is like to me the classic Rumble. Even though I still love the '94 Rumble too. But this is one of the last like great Rumbles, I think. Not saying there won't be some more come along, but for me this was always a favorite. Yes, Hogan won, and I was so happy as a kid, Hulkamaniac, because he wins every year. And when I watched '92. I'm sure he'll win that one. I'm sure he'll win next year. I'm positive.
Probably.
Hogan will definitely three-peat and win that world title. So, anyways, and of course, since this is the Undertaker show, I thought Taker was great in this one. They definitely made it like $1 million here. So, so we have to do star ratings.
They utilized him just perfectly.
Oh, perfectly, yeah. Absolutely.
Like even in the Survivor Series debut, the last episode, watching now in 2019, Undertaker's this big star, the phenom or whatever, but like, try to look at it kayfabe wise. The count out I think was botched.
Yeah, they definitely fucked
Maybe
it
not
up.
botched, but like...
They definitely didn't do it way it should have been.
Yeah, you know, he didn't need to be counted out. He wasn't a fucking legal man, but like, you know, he came in, dominated, did some things, and left.
Took out half the team, and then it was gone. Didn't take a pin, so he looked good. Here, the great thing about Rumbles is, you know what, you don't get pins. So, I mean, it looks good.
Landed on his feet.
Yep, exactly. Yep, you taking all his feet, so that's always a good thing. So here we like to do star ratings. Now, I'm an idiot at math, so keep whole stars. But 0 to 4 stars, what would you give it?
Oh, it's a solid 2.
2? Awesome.
Right.
Going 2?
Yeah, absolutely 2.
We'll definitely, I guess we'll keep it at 2 then, because I'm not going to lie, I would definitely give this the 3-star rating. I fucking loved it, but we'll average it out to 2. So 2 stars it is. Loved it. Fucking loved it. So, all right. You know what? Maybe 4 stars? Maybe 4 stars. Maybe I'll get 4 stars.
Whoa.
Up to 2.5, 3, whatever that averages out to. I love this match. I mean, from a Taker's perspective, maybe it's not the best, but I think as an overall match myself, I'm gonna get those tears. Yes,
Sorry,
dry him, please. Dab that for me. I'll give 4 stars. So we'll keep it 2.5, 3 area. So yes, that's it. Next week, what are we doing, Simon?
WrestleMania 7. WrestleMania 7.
7.
7.
7. All right. Well,
will this be the first? will this be the first victory in the streak?
I don't think Haver's gonna win, is he? I mean, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Rookies ain't gonna win. Yeah. Come on, you gotta pay his dues. All right.
Tune in to find out.
Exactly. So,
Simon Terrell.
I'm Joey Simpson.
And I'm Daniel Richardson.
I let him say his name at the end.
I did.
Shit, he caught me out. I was going to jump in there, and he botched the finish.
Botched it.
Botched it. So anyways, we'll catch you guys next week. Maybe not.